John chapter 21 verses 20 to 24. Peter turned and saw that the disciple whom Jesus loved was following them. This was the one who had leaned back against Jesus at the supper and had said, "Lord, who is going to betray you?" When Peter saw him, he asked, "Lord, what about him?" Jesus answered, "If I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? You must follow me." Because of this, the rumor spread among the believers that this disciple would not die. But Jesus did not say that he would not die. He only said, "If I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you?" This is the disciple who testifies to these things and who wrote them down. We know that his testimony is true. This passage pretty much says it all. For years, the scholars and clergymen have been teaching the followers of Jesus that the disciple whom Jesus loved was his disciple John. This is a baseless claim because there's nothing in the gospel that would suggest that he was the author. In fact, one could argue that Jesus loved all of his disciples, but that would only further misconstrue the obvious. However, the clues are there if you earnestly examine them without any prior prejudice framing your thought patterns. First, let's look at a prior passage. This is what occurred in this gospel at what most people in the Christian world refer to as the Last Supper. John chapter 13 verses 22 to 25. His disciples stared at one another, at a loss to know which of them he meant. One of them, the disciple whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter motioned to this disciple and said, "Ask him which one he means." Leaning back against Jesus, he asked him, "Lord, who is it?" Now at first glance, it appears obvious that Jesus is referring to John the disciple because this story is only recorded this way in the Gospel of John. However, as I stated earlier, the Gospel of John could not have been written by John the disciple. One must consider, as I also stated earlier, that Jesus loved all of his disciples as evidenced in the following passage. John chapter 13, verses 34 to 35. "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." So Jesus loved all of his disciples, as one of faith would logically conclude, yes, even Judas. This is evidenced by the passage I just quoted, so one question remains. Who is the disciple being mentioned in John chapter 21 verses 20 to 24? Find out by reading the rest of this chapter in The Gospel Truth by Isa A. Massey. The Gospel Truth is now available only on Amazon. To get your copy, click the link in the description below.